Time for Law and Disorder.
I demand a lawyer.
With attorney Jeff Kaufman on 101.1 WJRR.
All right, don't grill me because I didn't play a Metallica song. Just didn't have time there to do it. And
I hate it when you tease our listeners along like that, Lyncher.
At some point...
actually just turn on the other light for him.
At some point, we will play a double dose of Metallica this morning, which will alert you to start calling and try to be the 10th caller and win tickets for their show next year.
10th caller Kaufman is going to win tickets for Friday night's Metallica show in December. It's December, right?
June.
In June.
Woo. That should be a nice concert.
Oh, yes. All week we have Metallica tickets. You just listen for 2 in a row, like Lyncher said.
Do they still do the pit?
Snake Pit, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Jeff Kaufman is here. He's a partner at Kaufman Lynd, fine personal injury law firm. If you or someone you know has been injured and you think you might need legal representation, it's worth placing a phone call to Jeff just to find out, hey, here's what happened. Do I need to secure some legal services?
Simple to get in touch with them. Pound 546 on your cell or 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-JEFF. Or if you want to email Jeff directly, jeff@whenyouneedus.com, which a lot of people do, and then a lot of people send in texts via our questions via our text line.
We want to get to some of those here in a second. Quick question. We had a big, high-profile case come to a close on Friday night here in Orlando. Yeah. The Sarah Boone suitcase murder trial. The jury was given the case at the end of Friday, and it took him an hour and 26 minutes
Never should have done that.
Convict her of second-degree murder. Never should have done what? Put a guy in a suitcase?
If I was the defense attorney in this case, never would have let it go on a Friday because people just want to go home. So
how do you stop it?
You go in front of the judge and say, listen, I don't think this is enough time. I think it's 6:30 at night. I think these people are going to go home. I think, if they're not going to come in on Saturday, this takes a little bit to make decisions, but and I'm not saying that things are cut. Normally, if a jury is going to find you guilty of murder, they take a little longer than an hour.
Hour and 26 minutes. I'm guessing they took him about 15 minutes, and they were like, we better sit in here for a little while.
They're supposed to fake it. That's what they're supposed to do.
Other question here. So she's convicted of what she was charged with, second-degree murder of putting her then-boyfriend into a suitcase, zipping it up, and he suffocated to death in a game of adult hide-and-seek after 2.5 large bottles of wine.
Oof.
And there was video of it, which means she sat there and videoed it, correct?
Yeah. Why is this second-degree murder versus a first-degree murder? I'm not clear. How is that determined?
Normally, first-degree murder requires premeditation, meaning a plan. Second-degree requires depraved, mind. And that one, that you're just bad. It doesn't require you to have a plan. I mean, and then again, there are other issues. For example, they both were drinking. There's no proof that she said
depraved. I can't breathe. Let me out, sir. I can't breathe.
No, I agree that that she's a piece. I mean, but the point of it is that we do differentiate because one requires you to go, okay, let me see how I'm doing this. I'm going to put these steps together. One just requires you to be a moron and just to do bad stuff. One requires kind of.
How do we know that it wasn't premeditated?
Because you don't have any evidence. That's the whole point.
We'll never know that. But
people don't realize it's not how you feel. It's simply this. Okay, let me put my case together. What evidence do I have? Forget this issues of how I feel or what I don't like. I mean, the internet is terrible right now because every time you hear somebody get involved in something like this, everyone suddenly thinks they went to law school for 3 years and practiced law for 20, and they didn't.
That's true.
Well, she'll be sentenced to at least 15 years, probably more, but she's also got 4 already on the books that she served, so who knows? In December, the judge will lay out the sentencing.
Well, you have probation for life. She could hold her in for life. There are a couple things they can do to her. I mean, I think the real issue is going to be this one is how they actually, interpret what she did. And I think this judge is not too happy to begin with. And anytime a case is really public, they try to max them out because they don't want to be responsible for that.
Yeah, this made national news.
Court TV streamed the whole broadcast the whole trial.
Pat was watching it.
No, I watched a little bit of it on vacation, but my wife was watching it daily.
But look what they're going to do.
DVRing it, watching it when she got home from work.
Look at what's going on with the Mendez kids. Yeah, they're going to let them go. They're going to let these two out.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, what do you do? How do you feel on that one? Because
they've both been in jail for 36 years.
Well, this is a new policy in California. This wasn't set up for these two. If you listen to them saying they've done this with 300 murder convictions. There's just another 2 put on the pile.
California, man.
They don't, some people believe it. And I saw this clown car where they're trying to, where the state attorney, where the prosecutors are, DA, they call them there. And 3 people behind him, and they're just nodding. Papa's, yeah, this is good. This is good. And I'm watching people do that. I'm going, come on, dude. These families don't want this. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
We got a couple listener questions this morning for Jeff.
Yes, we do. That's the Sarah Boone one. I will throw her right in the trash where she belongs. You said when you're getting your case together. I think you meant to say suitcase.
My suitcase together.
Packing your suitcase.
This isn't funny anymore, Sarah. Sarah.
Can the victim put a lien on anything he owns for? Oh, that's something to do with Friday. I'm sorry, that was from Friday's show. They had it was the person who bit the finger off.
Yeah, sure. Let's go on.
Company slow down on commission base wants us to be on call and not pass anything working weekends and took away our incentives after contract signed. Any recourse for this?
I guess there's a cut. He signed it. They signed it. The union signed it. There's a lot of things up in the air. Like, let's just pretend that there's no union involved. There's no issue. The only issue is this: that you used to be paid a commission base plus maybe a little bit, and they're trying to change it. Now, if you accept it, that's a problem. But if you're hourly, they can't force you to work off the clock. Okay, so I don't know if you're hourly or salaried, but they can't make you work off the clock. Now, if you are truly salaried, they can, and you have an option. Go somewhere else.
They're saying commission based, and the company wants them to be on call. If I was commission based,
commission is that you make a certain amount of money. Now, when they say on call, it sounds like they have people who are calling for business. This happens like in a real estate office when you're calling, you're on the round robin where they're calling with new clients and things like that. I think on call means that you're there to take phone calls from potential clients. Okay. Not that you're customer service.
Like, hey, we need you to come in is what I take it as.
Well, normally that's because you're getting paid per person you sign up.
Okay. And then the commission's on top of that. A friend's boss isn't closing the... okay. This is for the storm, but this is a great question.
Sure.
Remember the storm a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I remember a little bit about that.
Yeah.
The train that came by my window downtown, it was great.
Exactly. It wasn't fun. But this person's business was not closing up and told her she had to come to work or she was fired.
Yes.
Could they actually require her to be there during the hurricane?
Yes.
Really?
It sucks, but yeah, they can force you to be there. But here's the caveat. If you got hurt or something bad happened, they would absolutely be responsible and most likely have to write a really big check.
Okay.
So that's what that's about. So yes, your boss can require you to do things. They can require you to do things you don't like to do. But again, you always have the right to leave, and they are responsible if anything bad happens.
So you're planning for the next storm here. That's not going to work, Taco.
That's what I was thinking. Is I'm taking a dive underneath the desk, wink, wink, and going to hit my head. Anyway,
we're here for all of them.
I guarantee it's quieter in here than it was at my place.
It was pretty. Yeah, you're right.
You can't hear the wind in this. You're in the center of the building.
Those windows
sure you can.
over
Those
there.
windows
you
are
can hear the train
train
coming through here.
They shake.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean in here.
The whole building was shaking, Jeff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
man.
I was sleeping in the room right next to it.
I was going to make a city joke, but I can't because I don't want people to know where you are.
No.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's fine. We're in Maitland.
Yeah.
I was thinking about city joke, like maybe it cleaned up down a little. I kid. I know it's right. I know it's a right to work state, but if work knows that you have a high risk pregnancy and you have to leave work a couple times a month early due to appointments for the high risk pregnancy, are they allowed to let you go? Just fire you because of that?
I think when it comes to pregnancy and certain disabilities, I think that's a little, how can I say it, a little more shaky area. The right to work doesn't really apply to some cases like that. And they really don't want to really get into it when it comes to stuff like that. So, but that's kind of,
I know mixed. If I was an employer, I don't think I'd be messing with
that's a mixed bag. You don't screw around with that, but
no,
you fire somebody who's pregnant. I had people who were, a long time ago, my last place, we had people who were horrible. They were the worst people who ever worked for us. And if they got pregnant, it didn't matter how bad the work they did, because you just do not want to open yourself up to that, because the insinuation is bad.
Yeah.
It's almost protected.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you can do whatever you want to do, and that's because businesses should be scared, and he should be scared. So I'm just saying, don't please listen to me. Don't screw around.
All right, you can get a hold of Jeff anytime. If you didn't get to yours, don't fret that. You can call him or reach out to him in a couple different avenues.
Jeff at whenyouneedus.com or a pound 546 on your cell, or call him directly at 407-500-JEFF. What's up, Jeff?
That's for Kaufman and Lynd.
And we have tickets to our next movie, which is next week. That's Red One. That's a Santa Claus movie for free. Get with me at Jeff at whenyouneedus.com for some free tickets. Also, I'm taking about 20 people to Venom tonight. So if you want to go to Venom, contact me at Jeff at whenyouneedus.com.
Okay.
That's while they last, because they will go quick.
Yeah.
Jeff at whenyouneedus.com.
All right, Jeff Kaufman from Kaufman Lynd. Appreciate you taking the time to join us for Law and Disorder every week. And
avoid suitcases, people.
Yeah,
This isn't funny, Sarah. Sarah.
come on, it's hot. Yeah, it's really hot in here.
Kitchen Taco. On demand. Download the iHeartRadio app and listen anytime, anywhere.
This is JRR.